Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone had a great week and stayed safe while they had a good week. So I'm just going to jump right into it here. The first story I'm going to go over is on the Rocket Miner website. All of them are. But this one's called Mask Wearing Could Cut U.S. Daily Deaths by 2/3. And this is by Tom Halberg from the Jackson Hole Daily. And and there's some good photos in here too. So I'm just going to kind of read the first few paragraphs. It's a pretty in-depth and detailed story. So I recommend if you're interested in it, getting on our website, going to news and reading that story. It's a pretty good one. So I'm just going to read probably like the first 4 or 5 paragraphs. So a new model says if universal mask wearing went into effect today, the daily COVID-19 deaths in the United States could be cut by 2/3 by November 1st. The Institute of Health Matrix and Evaluation at the University of Washington has been one of the most prominent sources of coronavirus modeling and projections since the pandemic began. It has added a new layer to its models in recent weeks. Mask wearing is one of them. Given current conditions, the model says COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. will reach 628 per day by November 1. If nationwide universal mask wearing were instated, the number of falls to 205 per day, a 67% decrease. The model shows that if mask wearing started right away, a decrease in cases and deaths would start about 2 weeks from now. That's because the virus has an up to 14-day incubation period. A dramatic decrease in daily death follows almost immediately, with roughly 50% drop by the end of August. So, I don't know, just my thoughts on this when I read it was, I think it's something that we should be doing. Just my personal opinion here. If we can cut this down, that would be great, especially 67% from what it would be. And I don't personally myself, I don't see an issue with wearing a mask. I guess unless you're worried about looking stupid, then I guess you are. I don't know, but I think like things like what Walmart and Smith's are doing with having to wear masks, I think that's good. But so yeah, it's a really interesting article. I suggest if you're interested in going and reading it, it's very in depth and in detail. So but I just thought that was very interesting, and I kind of want to share it with you guys, so that way maybe if you haven't visited our website or seen it yet, you can get on there and look at it. So on to some more local stuff. The hospital board authorizes grant application for HVAC project. This is a pretty detailed story too. I'm just going to read the first 2 paragraphs of this. Just then you guys can go through and read it if you would like. The first 2 paragraphs just kind of cover everything, just give you a broad perspective of everything. At a special meeting Thursday morning, the Memorial Hospital Sweetwater County Board of Trustees authorized the project to submit a grant application for coronavirus relief funds distributed by the state to be used for an HVAC project. The hospital has already been awarded $1.2 million in coronavirus relief grants from Wyoming State Loan and Investment Board, and a team of hospital staff has been working to find projects that will qualify for SLIB grant money related to COVID-19. Time is a factor since money for approved projects has to be spent by December 30th. The 2 estimated proposals, the cost of these 2 estimated proposals is roughly a little over $2.3 million. So phase 1 consists of acquiring and installing the air handling system before the deadline, and then phase 2, for part of phase 2, it's going to be completed after the deadline. Could possibly come from the CARES Act money that the hospital has received. The board unanimously approved a motion authorizing the use of CARES Act funding for the rest of the project if available to them. So that's kind of cool. Good progress. Good step forward for the hospital there. But we're gonna jump forward here to some more state kind of news, I guess you could say. But YDOT closes office due to COVID-19 contact, possible COVID-19 contact. So I'm just going to read probably the first 2 or 3 paragraphs of this too. The Wyoming Department of Transportation, YDOT, has closed the driver services office in Rock Springs on Friday due to a potential direct contact with a positive COVID-19 case. YDOT officials anticipate the office will reopen Monday according to a press release. Cleaning crews will do an in-depth cleaning of the building Friday. We are working as quickly as possible to clean the office and get it ready for a safe reopening, said Mitzi Dobson, YDOT's driver service program manager. We have policies in place to ensure cleaning protocols are enacted in a timely manner to ensure health and safety for our employees and our customers they serve. So, right there, hopefully, you know, if you need to go to YDOT, they're open on Monday. But this was released about 5 hours ago. So, there should be more news on that on Monday. I'm sure we'll have something on there if it's not reopened and when it will be. So just stay tuned to that. On to another kind of interesting story. Grizzly bear attacks in 2020 run at a record high for this time of year. There's always quite a few during hunting season. You know, a lot more people out in the mountains and having encounters with these bears. But this year, they're at a record high, and you know it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you take into account the encounters, I guess, that involve human injury, that compared to for what this time of year is in the past and what it is right now, is kind of interesting. So I'm going to read these 2 paragraphs kind of in the middle just to kind of give you guys show you what it's really about. There are 4 or 7 documented human bear encounters resulting in injuries in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem so far this year. The rate of injury easily surpassed the average ahead of the fall hunting season. So what I gathered from that right there was the average for injury, human injury involving a grizzly bear before hunting season surpasses the average that it does every other year. And when they say easily, you know, I'm sure that's not good. But right here it says, typically in the first 6 months of any year, just a single interaction with human. I think they use the scientific term for a grizzly bear, trying to be cute with it, I guess. I don't know. So I'm gonna restart this one. Typically in the first 6 months of the year, just a single interaction with a grizzly bear ends in harm to a human. The frequency of grizzly-caused injuries to date in 2020 is a clear-cut record, surpassing 2007's high mark of 3, according to data provided by the Interagency Grizzly Bear Study Team Supervisor Research Biologist Frank Van Manen. I hope I said his name correctly. But this is a really good article. I really enjoyed reading this. You know, but I also think too, there's just more grizzly bears around. So you know, sooner or later, they're gonna, you know, it's gonna be common to run into them. But this article is written by Mike Kashmir from the Wyoming News Exchange. He did a really good job on this. I highly recommend you guys go and read this. It's a pretty entertaining article and interesting to look at and kind of see just how many more attacks there are and how strange it is, I guess you could say. But I really enjoyed that, so that's on our news page as well on the Rock Miner website. So now I'm just going to jump into the Wyoming COVID numbers and then the global numbers, and then going to give you guys a weather update for this weekend. So currently in the state of Wyoming, for lab-confirmed cases, there's 1,972 cases, and 1,510 of those have been recovered. There's 433 probable cases, and out of those, there's 347 of those recovered. And there's 25 deaths. Let's go to Sweetwater County here. Sweetwater County is now at 198 laboratory confirmed cases. We've had 4 confirmed cases in the past 24 hours, and the rate of confirmed cases per 100,000 is 468. We've had a Total number of recovered cases at 167. Lab confirmed are 155 and probable are 12. And we still have 2 deaths. But on to global numbers here. Global numbers are a little over 15.6 million. So when you look at the graph here, it's still at an uptick, kind of about like that angle for the world. And the U.S. is at a little over 4 million total cases. For deaths, there's 636,404 deaths globally. 145,063 of those are in the U.S. So, our number, just if I'm remembering right, I haven't actually looked at these in a little while. But, it looks like the U.S. numbers are steadily going up, but our deaths are not going up. But it would just be nice if we just didn't have any cases. Alright, so on to some weekend weather. It's, really going to be a really nice weekend. Mostly sunny on Saturday with a high of 86, 0% chance of precipitation, and 8-mile-an-hour wind out of the west. So hardly any wind, just a light breeze. And then Sunday, clear skies, 0% chance of rain or precipitation, 87 degrees with a slight breeze out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour. So guys, get out, enjoy the weekend, social distance, wear your mask when you go to the store. Have a good weekend, spend it with your family, friends, close friends, and wash your hands, stay safe, make good choices, and see you guys on Tuesday.